The Shek Report, with Dave Damashek reporting.
Damashek here. Happy Thanksgiving and all that. Before we get too cheery, though, there was some shameful behavior in Week 12 that demands my attention. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin. At number 5, let's start at the end of Sunday night. No, even after this atrocity. But geez, oh Pete, that was bad. Back to what I was talking about. The end of Sunday night. These two photographers. Now, see, that's a shame. And it's also proof pro athletes are indeed role models. Where'd those photographers learn that kind of behavior? They learned it by watching you, Tom. They learned it by watching you. At number 4, a pop quiz. Which NFC North Week 12 result was more embarrassing? A, the Bears getting doubled up in St. Louis, or B, the Packers tying it home with the Vikes? Trick question. The correct answer is C. The Detroit Lions, who had their starting quarterback, the best receiver in the world, and no matter what the NCAA says, a Heisman Trophy winner, but still lost to a team whose coach has been on the hot seat so long, I can see his underpants. At number 3, all the injuries. Sorry, Falcons, Texans, and every other excuse maker. You don't get to use Julio Jones being hurt as an excuse. You know who else has hurt players? Everyone. All NFL teams have to play this involuntary game of Jenga. Every week, teams have players taken out by injury. You just never know which piece is going to cause the whole thing to collapse. Cincy had Geno Atkins taken away, but so far at least, they've stood strong. The Packers, conversely, lost Aaron Rodgers, and it all came crashing down. Oh, Matt Flynn. Now it's time for this week's Get Out of Shame free card, which goes to Chiefs head coach Andy Reid for the sound blocking out technique he used on Phil Rivers on Sunday. Move over, Charles Barkley. He's the new round mound to rebound, part 2. Now that's a remake I can get behind. Unlike the reported remake of Roadhouse. Shame on you, Hollywood. Back to the shameful. At number 2, some fashion notes from the Uniform Monitor, starting off with the Browns, who truly delivered a performance worthy of a team wearing brown unitards. In KC, Phil Rivers wore a bolo tie. You know, usually there are conditions when it comes to fashion, like how bikinis only look good on some women, or how the same item makes some guys look like Buzz Lightyear, while it makes others look like Woody. No, I meant Woody Allen in Sleeper. But for bolo ties, there are no conditions, because no one should wear them. Not Ducky, not the boss, no one, not ever. Next, Jags at Texans, a.k.a. the ugliest uniform matchup of the season, to go along with the season's ugliest game. Well, until next week when Brandon Weeden starts against those Jags. Meantime, think about this. The Texans, at home, got 2 field goals against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have nothing to add to this. And that brings us to number 1 and the brown paper bag of shame, which goes to Jets safety Ed Reed. Look at this play on Sunday. As you can see, at full speed, he simply gets beat by former teammate Jacoby Jones. But look at the slow-mo. Game's on the field, Ed. Get your head out of the clouds.
2 tickets to paradise!
Sorry, you, Rex, Gino, and the rest do not have tickets to anywhere other than the golf course this January. Speaking of which, shame on his new team, the Jets, too, for cutting Kellen Clemens a couple years ago in favor of this exotic beauty. Yeah, this guy. On Sunday, Clemens, who again got cut because the Jets preferred Sanchez, outplayed Geno Smith, who the Jets drafted to replace Sanchez. Now that's what I call irony. Here, Jets, take this. Look at it. It's all wrinkly and misshapen. Kind of like Rex Ryan's torso flesh. Let's make sure that never sees the light of day, huh? Till next time, try not to embarrass yourselves. Happy Thanksgiving.
Shek.